every city has a soul.
Why do I think that?
I had never thought about that, but I do know that the people make up the city.
I say you can make one big one with all tiny small ones.
And that soul, I guess, right, is sort of spirit.
Today I have the pleasure of joining you for a special edition of Soul of the City, where together we're celebrating our vibrant community by getting to know some of the people who are as passionate about Calgary as we are. And today you play a very important role. You'll decide which community projects deserve the money. Tonight we'll give out a total of $25,000 to Calgarians whose projects will improve their neighborhoods, create more engaged communities, and encourage neighbors to get together and to inspire each other. There is a low level of anxiety backstage right now, let me tell you.
Our project aims to teach kids and adults to write stories as a hobby and have fun doing it.
Your support in the Twin Views mural project will enhance our local garden, be a source of community renewal, and help support a shift of public perceptions of Dover.
So we have this great space, and we have kids in need of a space. It was originally conceived as a traditional water wheel sculpture.
I was meant to use the material collected from the community cleanup and transform it into this kinetic installation sculpture.
And what's a block party without a little dancing in the street, right?
I don't know how you're going to decide. Do, 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 do. All right, here are our 5 winners.
Yeah, great turnout. We had a lot of the who's who of Calgary here, some of our favorite local celebrities, and lots of citizens supporting each other. So overall, a real sense of community spirit.
And dancing in the streets at the Inglewood Night
Really exciting to
Market.
be a part of this and to watch the projects as they evolve over the summer.
So they'll all receive $5,000.
Yay! And okay, now we have to do this.
So we want our children to become literate, and adults as well who come from different countries that English is not their first language. We want to help them to communicate.
We have 3 classes. We have an adult class, we have teenagers, and we do have little children, kids class.
Kids have a very fresh mind. They have so many ideas, they have so much to share. The only hindrance they have is language.
One thing that attracts people is if they see there's food.
Part of creative writing, we do offer a meal within our classes. And so with the food program into creative writing, I believe that we bond as a unit, as a family, yes.
I thought maybe we would not have such a big turnout because it was snowing today, but we did. So it just goes to show we're all used to the weather now, we're all officially Canadians, and nothing stops us.
Yeah, today's April 26th. It's a little bit of snow happening outside, but we're here today at the Art Box on 17E, where the community has come to check out some of the murals we've been working on for the last couple months and give their feedback and opinion and kind of pick which ones they like best so that we can move forward with our design from there.
So we have 4 designs, and 2 of them were designed by Prospect and 2 of them were designed by Youth Arts Action. And I think they are all great contenders for the community mural. I'm really happy with the turnout so that the voting process wasn't all biased. I'm glad that we already got so many people engaged.
So we are going to capture rainwater and put that in an underground cistern and build a gathering seating area with a wood mosaic deck over top of that, which with a wind turbine attached. So essentially it's going to have a propeller in the underground cistern that will be revitalizing the water and enabling us to use a hand pump to then draw that water out to be used in the garden. It is one of Wildwood's biggest events going on this morning. It's the community cleanup.
Right now we're getting ready for the cleanup. So this is the first stage of the larger project where we go and we find the materials that we really need to build this sculpture. So yeah, we need tons of lumber to make the deck and metal pieces to build the windmill part. So we've been pulling in material and sorting it out on this little platform before we pick through it a little bit more, I can visualize the sculpture from here already, like seeing the big tubes, the wood. There's some gorgeous hardwood floor that we just kind of pulled out, which I'm really excited about.
Bounce it off someone.
Start
Be like,
I was going to say, start talking to
This
people.
happened at the playground, like just conversation.
The Scoot Park idea really came about because there's a lot of kids in the neighborhood and they are scooting on school property, which is technically not allowed.
Where you go to learn to ride your bike if you can't do it in the school compound anymore?
We have these great rinks that have been paved and sit empty.
We have this space. How do you get them to feel ownership on the space so they take care of it? And then we thought of let's paint it. Let's do a mural project.
One Scoot Park will be the Family Crest project, and the other Scoot Park will be the streetscape.
There's a huge play value for quite a small budget. I see this as a need, and I'm gonna change it along with my neighbors.
I think it's making people believe in their community and in themselves. The night markets in Inglewood started last summer as a Find It event. What surprised us most, I think, last year was this sort of community vibe. People came from all over Calgary, but people from the neighborhood came and just hung out. So we want to give them something to help give them a good reason to stay all evening. This year, we're adding dancing in the street. We're going to be able to pay dancers to be there. And instead of having 1- or 2-piece bands, we've got full bands. The more people we bring down, the more energy we bring to the community. Most of the team is half my age or less. All of a sudden, they feel like community leaders.
One of the things I'm most excited about is the square dancing we're going to do for the Stampede Night Market.
We will have Latin dancers coming at one of the markets.
Each market will be different, and so we'll see what happens. It'll be cool.
So you guys are the dancers?
Yes, we are.
All right.
The music will dictate.
The music will dictate what we do.
We want infectious agents to get in the crowd and get everybody up dancing. Well, first of all, I loved the dancers. They still had a hard time getting people to actually dance in the street. Until they got some kind of thing going where, you know, everybody was doing the same thing, and then that got people going.
I think it's important to take people a little bit out of their comfort zone.
If you're not dancing, you're not having as much fun as you could be.
Considering how much it was raining all afternoon, we weren't sure how many people we'd get. We have a lot of very happy people, so I'm very pleased.
Today is class 2, so we're going to dive right into the creative writing process. We're going to do a little bit of grammar today, and we're going to discuss all the things that make a good story. Plot, the characterizations, dialogue, what's that? The verb tense. So we're going to discuss all of that. Sing it loud. Is that the title of your story?
Yes, I got a feedback, a good feedback. Don't worry about mistakes. He said the class was fun. It was very good. I was very happy about that one.
Today we are at the Twin Muse Communal Garden site.
Now that we have the final design, we're just going to be pushing our way through and hope for the best. We're going to be using the wood to make a mosaic on the mural.
So we have a little bit of Dover, we have a little bit of vegetation, and we also have a little bit of Calgary skyline.
The wood was recycled from gathering from around the community.
Some of it is from fences and decks, a few old doors, giving them also a new life, same as the old tennis courts are giving new life to our community as well as our garden.
Yeah, we have a lot of nails to take out, so. Tomorrow we are going to be here again, and the group of adult artists with developmental disabilities will be here with us, and we're going to be continuing the process of taking the nails out of the wood, and some of them will be interested in like sketching some patterns and ideas for how we can actually start laying the wood into the mural.
Those are the ones we're gonna paint. Big giant shape. I really like everybody that I'm working with. It's really interesting working with the prospect group. It's a lot of fun.
We have a design now and an idea and a direction. It's going really well. Yeah, I'm excited to see it come together.
So this is probably going to be the best night market yet. We finally have actually fantastic weather where there's no rain expected. Plus we got the Stampede going on, so it's really busy in town.
The sides promenade, halfway around, heads down the middle, pass through, courtesy turn.
In modern square dance, there's 68 moves, and the caller uses those moves or calls in any pattern he wants. So no dance is the same.
Circle left, we got married in a fever, hotter than a pepper sprout. Alaman left your corner, turn your partner right. Alaman left, weave the ring, way down to Jackson. Turn and loosen my coat, swing your girl and promenade, down to Jackson. Goodbye, that's all she wrote. Bow to your partner, bow to your corner, put your hand in the middle and say thanks to the others.
I love the crowd participation. I love to see the dancers smiling and having fun.
It is Saturday, June 7th, so we have a really great start on the top deck platform piece. We're calling it our retro writing station today because the underground cistern that we're catching the rainwater in, we are having a metal panel etched with good intentions and wishes. So we are inviting participants to go in there and write out a little blessing, a wish, a picture, a word, a line of poetry, whatever they would like to translate onto our water and neighborhood.
For one of them, I drew a big tomato compared to a small tomato.
In Sanskrit, the name for the word for water and life is the same, that is Jivan. Jivo jivasya jivanam, and it means life thrives on life, and it just underlines the importance of the circle of life.
Well, today was the first ever Neighbor Day, and as a commemoration of the devastating floods last year, we decided to encourage all Calgarians, whether in flood-impacted neighborhoods or not, to get together with their neighbors. Doesn't matter what they did. Have a barbecue and throw it in your front yard instead of your back deck. Throw a block party. Have a huge, never-ending, longest day of play party in your local park.
Today is Haysborough's longest day of play. We've had a parade already today, which was so much fun. Right now we are at the community center. We've got the 2 rinks. In one of them we've got vermin scooters set up, and they are letting the kids go to town, doing their tricks, having their fun, which is what we hope will happen as soon as we get the mural painted. Well, what we did is in the other rink we've got sort of almost like a test for, we're going to have a street scene where people can be on their little strider bikes and little skateboards for the younger kids who are just sort of getting involved.
Yes, yeah, we have 2 kids, 2 elementary, one is elementary age and one is a toddler. The Scoot Park is a wonderful idea. It's a safe place for them to be. There's, the parents can all stand around the edge. It's right by the preschool and the Haysborough Public School. So it's a perfect location for it.
And there's a really vibrant group of young, active people coming into Haysborough in a demographic shift, and they organize this, which is a spectacular event. They've got some great ideas.
Thank you all for putting this together. This is amazing. There's incredible beauty in what's happened here, because I don't know what this neighborhood needs. I don't know that having a scoot park is going to make a huge difference to this particular community and the kids in this community, but the people who live here know it.
Well, we're going to make it what we need, starting from us, grassroots.
And if we can give them just a little bit of help, just a little push, both in setting the table and helping people understand that they have this power, and in giving them the little push or the little shove that they need in order to make it happen, then we've done something good.
You can hopefully teach others there's money out there to support projects such as this. And you know, communities with so much energy and volunteerism like Haysborough, $5,000 for a neighbor grant goes a really long way. So it's nice to see that they've been able to stretch that and really do something to bring their neighbors together.
Okay, so it is Friday, June 20th, and this is our big excavation day.
We're going to be digging a hole that's going to fit the cistern. We got a big excavator in here that's going to dig it up, and then we're going to throw it onto conveyors. It goes right into a truck, and we went bigger and heavier to make sure that there's no complications.
I'm a little anxious because it's, you know, open excavation.
It can be dangerous.
I'm so confident in Lane and the help that we have here today. I'm sure it'll go fine.
I'm hoping to be done all the hard work by 6 o'clock or so.
They are shy because they think they will not be able to express themselves, but once they get over that, then there's no limit. So I'm hoping that's the main thing that they get is confidence. And my focus from now on till the end of the session is going to be about presenting their stories.
So whatever you've got written so far, maybe if you could send it to us, and then we can just kind of look it over and share thoughts with you.
As per the format of our project, they are going to be presenting their stories at the end of the session, and some of the kids are a little shy about reading out to a group of people.
You want me to read it yet?
So I want them to get over that shyness towards the end. But yeah, it's getting really exciting because the kids are really getting a hang of what we are trying to do, and they're excited.
I've got a lot better at writing. I've learned that don't overuse words or else it gets really boring. Well, I'm kind of nervous, but I think I'll do good. I don't know.
Maybe I was speaking too soon when I thought that everything would go smoothly because, you know, things happen.
So we hit the water main.
That last bucket full, I saw him grip the pipe.
We had spray.
Our hole was full of water.
Really fast thinking from the guys that are working on site here. We dug a trench, got any flooding to come away from the community hall, so diverted down into the street.
We got 3 pumps in the hole and we pumped it out, and we got to a point where we could search around and, you know, within an arm's length try to find that pipe.
What's that?
Whenever I'm feeling you look broken.
Well, thank God, because you don't want to break the sewage line.
And we would smell it too.
You don't learn anything unless you mess up a few times. Satisfies our goals of like getting people more in touch with water and how it moves, so that's a good thing. You got to be hopeful and just move forward.
So we had great response from the City of Calgary Water Services, so they came out right away and were able to shut it down quickly.
Felt really responsible for what happened, and it was pretty disappointing.
We've had a little bit of a setback. So it's September 14th today, the day that we're starting the art workshop and having Maya Gohill come in with our community. And the plan was to be working on our crest today and learn about what is a family crest, and with the intention of being able to paint those in 2 weeks on these ice surfaces on the rink, on the asphalt.
You got to roll with the punches. Most fundamentally what happened is that the paint that we had originally sourced, none of our paint suppliers would guarantee the paint to last a year. And we didn't see the point in going through all of this community effort for something that wouldn't last.
But we have everyone signed up, we have a grant, we have a deadline, and so working with that, we decided to change it, and instead of painting on the asphalt, to paint on boards or signs that could be affixed to the outside of the rink.
Okay, well, hold on, let's brainstorm some ideas first.
What then? Like, electric guitar has to be one.
They have 3 different designs to choose from, and in the end they will take whatever they've designed today, transfer it onto a larger plywood sheet, and then paint it. So it should be really interesting, and I think they're going to do a fantastic job. Can't wait to see what it looks like.
The setup today was a bit challenging. We've had endless problems, just mostly because of the weather.
I can't believe that all these vendors with all their precious stuff came anyway, you know, because after that torrential rain, and the music's playing and the food's cooking and the volunteers all showed up. It's just so wonderful. Any minute now, the thousands of people that are going to dance tonight will show up too. And salsa with me.
I drove by and everyone was holding down their tents when it was really windy, so I was a little scared it might not happen, but dancing in the rain is not a bad thing.
Just you and me and nobody. Hey, hey ho, let's go to Santa Fe. Just you and me and nobody. Sun is shining, the wind is blowing, and I hear you whispering in my ear.
So many of the things that we get behind through the Calgary Foundation and through the Soul the City Neighbour grants is about the thing itself that's going to be created will build community, but it's the process along the way that also does that. It's not a build it and they will come kind of project, it's let's build it together and we'll all be there already.
In putting together the mural, there's been a lot of input and a lot of different voices coming together.
When I first came here, I didn't really know them, so I was like nervous. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm the new girl. So then they came up to me and made me feel like I'm a part of what they are doing now. They're like, you're not an outsider, you're with us now. So now we're like really close. We like talk every week. Well, it's gonna like make me feel happy about myself. Like I done something that like will change like the community and everyone will be happy. And I'd be like, hey, that's my art over there. I did it. And they'd be like, oh, that's a good job. I was like, thanks.
I think we got our piece. We got our piece.
Our progress is on halt at the moment because it's raining really hard.
We got the whole river constructed and almost all the way glued down. It's pouring rain right now, so everyone's on the bus except for me and Camila here. Hi! And we're playing on the park. Woo! We got an hour left, guys.
So due to the rain, our chalk design got washed away, so we kind of have to go off of what we already have.
Today is 2 weeks from when we were here with Maya, so we've had 2 weeks to go home and work on our crest as a family to really think about it.
We've got a number of families in the hall and more coming throughout today to paint their family crest. What people are painting on now is exterior signboard with exterior paint that'll get mounted on the outside of the skating rinks.
Well, we just got started and so far it's working out really great.
People come with really detailed, personal designs. People are really trying to represent each member of their family.
We're doing kind of a mixed heritage because my wife is from the Philippines originally.
This is what Micah did. Can you show them, honey? Just show them. He just drew like the cow and the hockey stick and the golden eagle and that kind of thing.
It gives, even within a family, a sense of community and belonging.
We don't have that many opportunities as a family to be creative and create an art project, and especially to do it in a community setting. We find a lot of value in that.
Luckily, I have the most amazing neighbor. So when I moved in here with my family almost 20 years ago, I had just had my own first child, and I looked out the window and there was this great young boy that was in our yard, had let himself in to play with the dog, and it happened to be Bernie and Shirley's son. I've now raised my own 3 boys that I can be here 20 years later and know I can call them and they're completely here for us no matter what is amazing.
You ready, Brian? Yeah, what do you want me to do?
and he happens to own an excavation company, so we called him up to come down for another consult and to get his take on this situation.
Fine, Billy, she won't know that'll happen. It's good, man. Is he okay right there? You okay, Billy?
Well, you want to talk about soul of the city. We had bookings at the hall for that evening. 100 people were coming for a party, and I don't know, I'm so grateful and overwhelmed. Not just Bernie, but our president of the Community Association was just so calm and great. The person that does our rentals, they just booked porta potties. They just took care of everything and said, don't worry about it. We're gonna help you, we support you. So yeah, a lot of emotion for me, just because I live here and I just can't believe the people that have stepped up. And that's when you know you have good neighbors. I couldn't be prouder.
I think we beat the odds today.
Go take a load off.
Because a couple days ago, I didn't think that we would be this far.
He's been digging in that hole for 2 days straight.
Yeah, I've been digging in that hole all day. That was my home.
So feeling like the pressure's on, we kind of had a big whoopsie. Really need to, bring it through to the end. Hit a home run from here on in with it. So it's got to really stand up now. We are at the Wildwood Annual Harvest Festival.
We're going to start our closing ceremony.
Like the fences are unlocked and people can just like come wander in and check the mural out.
We've hung the family crest, we've drawn a streetscape, and the kids are out playing.
All of the neighbors have pulled together to make this market happen. Almost all our 60 vendors showed up in the rain, and we've got people dancing to Just Dance on a big screen, and we've got a DJ playing right now with a saxophone player, and we've got El Pulpo Mecanico in the yard over here blasting flames into the air. So all in all, it's turned into a fine night.
I'm really nervous.
It gives me immense pleasure to share this hour with you all.
I have 2 poems. So the first one is called The Moon.
Oh my gosh. It's just been such a journey.
Well, I've learned that you can't paint asphalt surfaces underneath ice. I think it actually worked out for the better. Because now the mural is visible, like the crests are visible, and more people are asking to do it.
I'm really, really proud of Lane and myself and this community, and I just feel honored that we can be in this place and celebrate now.
The sculpture has become a landmark in the community, and it brings people together. It's a meeting place.
Just an atmosphere of people helping people.
So it's really welcoming already.
One more additional interesting thing about the community.
It has a circle shape and glows, reflecting where the water flows. And back on Earth when it's shining its magical glow, making everyone seem bright below. While the stars dance in the night, the moon is held highest in sight.
I think it went really well. I think it was amazing. I'm so proud of the kids.
You're welcome.
Our whole garden group is very, very happy.
I'm 85, but my gardening days are over, but I still love to see what they do.
It was designed to bring people together. I think there's a lot of people turning out who had no idea about this space or what this space would become.
The power to change the community and to make it better is limitless.
When you build community, you build love.
It was so worth it. I can't even begin to tell you how many friends I picked up along the way. And they all now feel like they are community animators today.
We create one giant soul that is the whole city. So everyone involved is a little piece of that soul.
Let your imagination go wild.
You're glowing. Or are you sweaty?
Okay, you totally have to strike that.
Why is it you always have the camera on me after it rains?
Nikki! Hey, Nikki! Nikki, no rocks. No rocks on the slide.
That's beautiful love and blessings for our water that will always go back out into the garden. So thank you all very, very much.
To be able to do the right thing, to be able to look after our neighbors, to be able to leave a place better than we found it. And that's what the soul of the city is about. And that's why encouraging those little activities in every neighborhood for people to know their neighbors and look after one another is where true power comes from in a community.